Hi folks, and welcome to Recommended Reads from the Heritage Volunteering Group. This is the show where we take a look at some of our favorite books and articles from the world of business and beyond, and think about how they apply to our work with volunteers. In this episode, we're exploring This is Marketing by Seth Godin. In this recommended read, Godin argues that successful marketing is not about reaching the largest possible audience, but about connecting deeply with the right people. His ideas offer valuable lessons for volunteer recruitment, particularly at a time when many of us might be struggling to recruit the volunteers we need. One of Godin's central ideas is that organizations should focus on a clearly defined audience, rather than relying on generic messaging. Applied to volunteer recruitment, this means moving beyond broad appeals such as volunteers wanted, and instead identifying who a role is genuinely for. Effective recruitment starts with planning opportunities around people's motivations, interests, and lifestyles. A retired local history enthusiast, a young person seeking career experience, and a corporate volunteer team may all engage for very different reasons and require different approaches. This principle should shape how volunteer roles are written. Traditional role descriptions often focus heavily on organizational needs and lists of tasks. Godin's approach encourages volunteer managers to instead communicate purpose, impact, and identity. Strong volunteer adverts help people picture themselves in the role and answer the question, is this for someone like me? Clear language, flexibility, realistic expectations, and a strong sense of contribution are more engaging than long lists of responsibilities. The book also reinforces the importance of trust and authenticity in communications. Recruitment messaging should reflect the real volunteer experience rather than over-promising. Stories, testimonials, and volunteer voices are often more persuasive than formal institutional language because they create emotional connection and credibility. Godin's thinking also challenges us to be more intentional about where our opportunities are advertised. Rather than posting everywhere and hoping for results, we should focus on spaces where our intended audiences already gather. This could include local community networks, universities, specialist interest groups, LinkedIn, volunteering platforms, social media communities, or partnerships with local organizations. Successful recruitment is less about visibility alone and more about relevance, connection, and creating opportunities that people genuinely want to join. Ultimately, This is Marketing challenges us to think differently about marketing our roles, suggesting that we move from generic advertising to targeted roles, thinking less about our needs and more about the needs of those who might volunteer with us. Well, that's it for today. We hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, don't forget to hit subscribe and share with your colleagues. See you next time on Recommended Reads.